a shoulder tackle. And another one.
Welcome back, Wrestling Warriors. Here on Matt Mysteries, we drop fresh WWE news every day. Subscribe, and let's suplex our way into the stories. What's up, wrestling fans? Saturday night delivered one of those moments that feels bigger than a match card, bigger than a single arena, and bigger even than one company's history. WWE Saturday Night's main event became the stage for a farewell that many never thought they'd see, as John Cena stepped into the ring for what was announced as the final match of his legendary in-ring career. The atmosphere was charged with emotion from the opening bell, not because fans expected an easy nostalgia run, but because everyone understood the weight of the moment. This was about respect, legacy, and the closing of a chapter that shaped modern professional wrestling for more than 2 decades. The stakes of a final main event. From the moment the match was made official, the significance was clear. John Cena, a name synonymous with WWE's global expansion, stood opposite Gunther, the self-proclaimed ring general and one of the most disciplined, dominant competitors of this era. This wasn't framed as a passing of the torch in words alone. It was designed to be earned in the ring. Cena wasn't there for a ceremonial send-off or an easy victory lap. He was there to test himself one last time against a champion who represents today's standard of excellence, intensity, and credibility. Cena's entrance and the energy of the crowd. When Cena's music hit, the reaction told its own story. Cheers, chants, and a sense of gratitude washed over the arena. Fans weren't just reacting to a superstar. They were responding to memories. Championships won, rivalries defined, charity work outside the ring, and countless moments that made people believe in hustle, loyalty, and respect. Cena took his time walking to the ring, soaking in the atmosphere with a calm confidence that only comes from someone who has already proven everything there is to prove. Across from him, Gunther remained focused, composed, and unshaken, embodying the seriousness of the challenge ahead. The match begins. Experience versus precision. The opening moments were deliberate and respectful, with both competitors feeling each other out. Cena relied on instincts built from years of main event experience, while Gunther used sharp timing and calculated offense to control the pace. Rather than a chaotic brawl, the contest unfolded as a chess match, with momentum shifting back and forth. Cena showed flashes of the power and resilience that defined his career, while Gunther consistently grounded the action, reminding everyone why he is regarded as one of the most technically sound competitors in the business today. Classic Cena moments without excess. As the match progressed, Cena began to rally, drawing energy from the crowd and delivering the signature maneuvers fans have seen for years. These moments felt earned and meaningful, not forced or exaggerated. Each comeback was met with loud reactions as fans realized they were witnessing the final time these familiar sequences would play out in a WWE ring. Gunther absorbed the pressure without panic, responding with composure and control rather than desperation, reinforcing the idea that this was not about overwhelming force, but about discipline and endurance. Gunther's control and ring awareness. Gunther's approach was methodical and grounded. He targeted openings, slowed the pace when necessary, and never allowed emotion to dictate his strategy. Instead of rushing to end the match, he focused on wearing Cena down, understanding that experience like Cena's cannot be rushed or underestimated. This measured control added realism to the story being told, as it felt less like a spectacle and more like a genuine competition between two elite professionals who respect the craft and the ring they stand in. The final turning point. As the match reached its later stages, the crowd could sense the end drawing closer. Cena pushed through fatigue to mount one last surge, showing the heart that carried him through so many defining moments in his career. Gunther, however, remained steady, capitalizing on a brief opening and shifting the momentum decisively. Without unnecessary theatrics, he secured a decisive hold, forcing Cena to make the difficult but honorable decision to submit. The moment was quiet, powerful, and respectful, signaling the end not in defeat, but in dignity. Respect after the bell. When the bell rang, the atmosphere shifted from tension to reflection. Gunther released the hold immediately, offering a moment of acknowledgement rather than celebration. Cena remained in the ring, taking in the reaction of the crowd one last time. There was no bitterness, no controversy, and no attempt to rewrite the moment. Instead, it was a clean, respectful conclusion that honored both competitors. Gunther's victory felt earned, and Cena's farewell felt authentic, reinforcing that wrestling at its best is about storytelling rooted in respect. A surprise backstage moment. The night's emotional weight didn't end in the ring. Backstage, fans were treated to an unexpected but meaningful appearance when Jon Moxley stepped into the frame. Representing a different company but the same industry, Moxley spoke candidly about John Cena's impact on wrestling as a whole. His words were measured, sincere, and free of rivalry-driven bravado. He acknowledged the history they shared, the paths they crossed, and the influence Cena had on shaping the environment that allowed many wrestlers across multiple promotions to thrive. A legacy beyond one company. Moxley's message underscored a powerful truth. John Cena's legacy is not confined to one logo or one era. His influence stretches across generations of fans and performers alike. From inspiring young viewers to pursue their dreams, to setting standards for professionalism behind the scenes, Cena's presence changed expectations of what a top star could represent. Hearing that acknowledgement from a peer outside WWE reinforced the idea that true legends transcend boundaries and remain relevant long after the final bell rings. Reflection on the right way to say goodbye. As the show came to a close, fans were left with a question worth considering. Did John Cena go out the right way? The answer, for many, lies in the balance the night achieved. There was no attempt to erase the present for the sake of the past, and no effort to diminish Cena's accomplishments to elevate someone else artificially. Instead, the match honored competition, respected storytelling, and allowed both men to stand tall in their own way. It was a reminder that endings, when handled with care, can be just as meaningful as beginnings. The end of an era, not the end of an impact. John Cena's in-ring career may have reached its conclusion, but his presence in wrestling culture remains undeniable. Saturday night's main event didn't feel like a goodbye filled with sadness. It felt like a celebration of contribution and evolution. Fans witnessed the closing of one chapter and the continued rise of another, all framed by mutual respect. As the lights dimmed, what lingered wasn't loss, but appreciation for a career that gave so much to the industry and the audience that supported it for so long.